Hello there, today's video is the speed paint I did for my Over and Out illustration. If you aren't aware, Over and Out is one of the Averno musicals, and the album just dropped this past Friday. It's really cool, and you should definitely go give a listen to it. It slaps like all the Averno stuff does. The characters in the drawing are Solar and Nova, who are the main characters in Over and Out. Nova's the one wearing the dress, Solar's the one with the NASA shirt on. It's a really cute story. It does have a happy ending, which is kind of unusual for Averno stuff. I don't know. A lot of the fandom is crying most of the time. But yeah, the Over and Out also raises a lot of valid questions, like what the heck is up with ketchup? This is a sentiment I heavily relate to, seeing as how I don't get what the heck is up with ketchup. Like, I understand it to a certain extent, but then it's just like, why? You did this. You did this for what? I feel like the only condiment you can really question more than ketchup is, what the heck is mayonnaise? My disdain for mayonnaise knows basically no ends, which I feel like is a valid thing to be confused about. Like, it doesn't really have a taste. The texture is just kind of slimy. Doesn't even like have a color. And it's made of eggs. I'm probably a bit biased in my dislike of mayonnaise, seeing as how I don't like eggs to begin with, especially eggs that like aren't cooked properly or are in a thing. Well, I suppose mayonnaise, the eggs in mayonnaise are cooked properly, but it's not like cooked. Like desserts where people just heat up the egg to an acceptable amount and it's still like a liquid. Like, I guess I see the appeal, but also I don't understand it, and don't really have a desire to try it. And that's okay, because you don't have to like all the foods. It would just be really boring if everyone just liked everything. So, to explain the concept behind the illustration a bit more, it's just supposed to be Solar and Nova on a roof talking through their walkie-talkies, which the walkie-talkies aren't drawn in. I do that closer to the end. Basically Nova's sort of like telling a story or something, which is why she's like gesticulating with her hands, and Solar's just kind of vibing and listening, and it's a really cute concept. I didn't come up with it, it was one of the things. I also added really funky lighting. I don't do a lot of finished shaded stuff a lot, especially since lately I've been working on like a webcomic and animating some more, which is things that are sort of more about like motion and like expressions and having everything be rendered out really well. But since this was like a fuller illustration, I did want to render things out really well, especially since the lighting is sort of dramatic, because I have it supposed to look like a sunset or a sunrise. So the lighting's like super dark, so I tried doing without as intense of a shading before, and you couldn't really tell. Everything just looked super flat, just because everything was so dark and it looked kind of mid-tone, so I'd make things super dark and shade them a lot, in addition to making the highlights really bright, because like I said, it's during a sunset or sunrise, which isn't something I normally draw. I do really enjoy playing around with lighting in illustrations. I think it's a lot of fun, and it has a lot of really cool effects on mood, and also just visually looks really cool if you can do it right, which is kind of hard. I don't really have a process when it comes to doing light. I kind of just mess around with things until it looks sort of correct, which there probably are ways you go about it, but since I'm still pretty new to it, I figure it's pretty decent way to do it, just experimenting with things. That's how a lot of art tends to be. I do really like how for the highlights coming off the light, I do have it sort of gradient from a yellow in the center to like a pink. I think it just gives it more dimension, and it just looks cooler because there's more colors, and there's not enough color in the illustration. Solar and Nova both tend to like wear a lot of blue, which is why I had to make the roofs different colors. They're supposed to be on separate roofs, but you can't really tell right now because I've put them next to another, but I like separate them out as shown by what I think I'm doing here on screen. But yeah, this is the end. I'm rather pleased with how it turned out. You should go live Over and Out a listen on Spotify or however it is you consume your music. It's really short. It's only like 30 or 45 minutes long, so yeah, here it is. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble for like 4 or 5 minutes about Over and Out and this illustration. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. I can be found on Instagram.